Congratulations, Rihanna, on your graduation. I guess the word I would use to describe you would be dedicated. When you decide to be involved in something, you just jump in head first and you really stick with it and put forth your best effort. I guess my childhood memory of you the most would be your obsession with the ducks that you had going for a while. Favorite baby blanket had ducks on it. You had a duck costume, and your third grade science project was hatching ducks in the classroom, and your question was, hey mom and dad, can I bring some home? And that one duck turned into 11. My verse that I have for you is Lamentations 3:22 and 23. It is the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. And my prayer for you is that as you enter this stage of transition in life, that you remain dedicated in your relationship with the Lord. Remember that He is always faithful. There will be challenges in life, but He promises to be there for us, and we can trust in Him.
Rihanna, the word I have for you is involved. Karen already said that, but you got involved in so many things, and we really enjoyed that. My favorite memory for us was that when the older girls usually had something else to do, you and me had Saturdays together, and we always would go do something that we or you wanted to do, which was the park or go swimming or go to the mall or something like that, and we had a lot of fun. I always remember that. The verse I have for you is Philippians 4:6. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. So always remember that all things work out for good to those who love God, and I just hope you always remember that and take everything to God in prayer.
One word we would use to describe Isaac would be adventurous. He loves exploring nature, hiking, and fishing. It's not unusual for him to get up early to capture a picture of a sunset, or for him to stay up late to catch a meteor shower. He has a love for aviation that began when he was really young, when he took an exploratory flight from the Ankeny Airport. More recently, when he was 16, he had the thrill of co-piloting a plane while in Alaska on a missions trip. The curiosity that drives this sense of adventure has occasionally led to some trouble. We visited the doctor for poison ivy more than once. We have visited the emergency room for a broken wrist. That was because Isaac thought he wondered if he could take his ripstick across a frozen puddle. We've had a visit from the fire department at our house. That was after a science experiment went a little too far. That was an experiment that Jim and I knew nothing about. Isaac has definitely been our adventurous boy.
A favorite memory would be related to the time that Isaac and I were hiking in an area that neither of us had been to before, and we decided to take the long trail instead of the short path. After quite a while, we were getting pretty tired, but neither of us wanted to admit it. When we finally got back to the car, we used a trail map to calculate that we had walked over 7 miles, which is the equivalent of walking from Ankeny to Bondurant.
One of my favorite memories of Isaac was from one of his first years attending camp at IRBC. I had sent paper and a stamped envelope with him so he could send a letter just in case he missed us while he was gone. He did send us a letter. I think he wanted to reassure me that his friend Tyler was not homesick. His letter read, "Dear Mom, Tyler is having fun. Love, Isaac." Isaac was just too busy enjoying the week to provide any of those unnecessary details. When the boys returned, they actually suggested that they spend the whole summer at camp.
The biblical encouragement that we offer you, Isaac, it comes from Ephesians 6:10 through 20. This is the stretch of scripture that talks about putting on the whole armor of God. We are in a spiritual battle, and the Lord has given us what we need for this battle. We encourage you to use the sword of the Spirit by praying what you are reading from His Word each morning. Ask the Lord to apply the Word to your life, and then take the actions that He prompts you in that day. Be available, yielded to what He calls you to do each day. May God continue to bless you and keep you in His care. We love you.